Dear students, in this lecture, you will study about electron theory, classification of material, and methods of charging. So, first of all, we will discuss about electron theory. So, what is inside an atom? In an atom, there is one nucleus. There are electrons revolving around the nucleus, and charge of nucleus is positive, that is charge of proton, and charge of electron is negative, and the net charge of an atom is 0. So the number of electrons in orbits is equal to number of protons in the nucleus. We could not get any particles smaller than electrons. This is smallest in diameter, smallest in mass, smallest in charge. So, the net charge on one electron is the minimum charge on a particle. That is minimum charge. So, question is, which is the fundamental charge? And the answer is, the charge on one electron is the fundamental charge or basic charge, and and its value is E. The charge of one electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Whenever there is a process of rubbing or any other processes, there is an exchange of electrons. There is an exchange of electrons. The body will be, if there is an excess of electrons, the body will be negatively charged, and if there is a loss or deficiency of electrons, it makes the body positive charged. So, the reason behind negative charge and positive charge of a body is due to motion of electrons. You can ask, why? Why proton is not exchanged? If a proton goes to one atom, then that atom will be positively charged. But practically, that does not happen, because first point is, proton is inside the nucleus, and outside it is full of electrons. Electrons are very light. The mass is very less, that is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg, and it is easy to move. We know every system wants to remain at its lowest energy, and energy is half mv square. The mass of proton is 1837 times more than the mass of electron. So, a very small energy can make shift the electrons from one atom to another atom. Therefore, it is only and only electrons responsible for electrification. The question is, what is the relation between charge and mass? Answer is, since electron has a mass, that is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg, so whenever there is an excess of electrons, the body will be negatively charged, and the mass of the body will be increased, and for a positively charged body, some electrons left the body, so its mass is decreased. Then we will study classification of material. If I rub a plastic and lift the papers, it will do so because it has charged. When I rub a metal plate like copper, aluminum, silicon, and I see it will not lift the papers. Why? The metal plates are also charged, but that charge has gone to my body and it has gone to earth. But when I charge to a plastic, the charge will not move to earth through my body. So, what is the difference? So, we classify the materials with reference to motion of charge. Some material is allowing the charge to move or to be conducted. That means conductor. And some material does not allow the charge to move, which is insulating the charge or separated out. For example, the powerhouse is generating electricity and I need a conductor to move the charge from powerhouse to my house. Similarly, we do not want to move the charges through our body because it destroys our nervous system, which is also an electrical system. So, what will we do? Around every conductor, we will put an insulator so that we can hold it and the charges will not go to earth through our body. So, both are equal necessary. Both are equally necessary. So, conductor is for conducting electricity and insulator is used to hold it so that it cannot go to any unwanted places. A conductor has a property that is conductivity. So question is, in between silicon, copper and aluminum, which is a good conductor? Answer is, whose conductivity is more, that is a good conductor. That means here silver allow the charge to move very fast than copper, and copper has also more conductivity than aluminum. Similarly, for an insulator, there is a property called dielectric strength. More is dielectric strength, better is the insulator. We will discuss more about dielectric strength and breakdown field in the upcoming lectures. There is another class of compound which is sometimes conductor and sometimes insulator, that is semiconductor. For example, silicon and germanium. When they are cold, they behave like insulator and at higher temperature they become conductor. We are using these semiconductors in our computers, mobiles, calculators, etc. We will discuss more about this on a separate chapter, that is semiconductor. There is a fourth class which is coming up, that is superconductor. That is superconductor. But basically we classify matter into three categories. that is conductor, semiconductor and insulator.